Today we have our student, Dr. Chanakya Kodishala, who overcame many challenges to match in the season. So we wanted to sit down with him, discuss what these were and few tips for the students. So welcome, Chanakya. How are you?
I'm doing very well, Pawan. Thank you. Hi, everyone.
So Chanakya, give us a brief idea of your profile first.
Right. I am a 2010 graduate. I did my MBBS in South India, and then I did my residency and fellowship in India. So practically, I did not have any significant gaps in my clinical work. However, yeah, this doesn't take away the fact that I'm an old graduate. And I also have some international experience. Like while I finished my fellowship, I had a scholarship to go to UK. So I observed the system there and understood things. This is my background medical profile. And I decided to take up the USMLE journey, I think about 2.5 years ago. And that's when it all started.
Yeah. So, on the paper, you have great profile, home country, residency, home country, fellowship. But obviously, as we all know in this country, they look at other things also, whether it's a USC, research, scores, etc. So from a challenges standpoint, what were your challenges? Looks like YOG is obviously a challenge. What were some of these challenges?
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. So when I actually started this journey, I thought, several people told me it's going to be a breeze, like you have done everything, like you have been active clinically and things like that. But when I actually stepped into the process, I understood it's not so easy. The background experience may make things a little doable and maybe a little with more confidence, but things are going to be challenging. So the main challenge, like you mentioned, was my YOG. So I have realized that, people want fresh graduates, those who are trainable, those who are ready to learn, understand, and be energetic, things like that. So I know that I am trainable and I am adaptable everywhere, but this is not known to the programs, right? Like they just look at me, my profile on the paper and say that, oh, he's graduated very long ago and it'll be perhaps very difficult to train him. So that's one important challenge. The next thing I thought was like the contacts or the resources. Like it is like as told by everyone, you need to network, you need to build contacts and all, but it's not easy, right? So that was another challenge for me. So I had a very low number of interviews. That was my third challenge, which I had to overcome in some way. And the overall stress of the process was another challenge.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll be happy to talk more about how I overcame.
Yeah, so let's do that. So what exactly did you do as part of the USMLE journey? Like step by step, other than of course taking the exams, what all did you do to overcome YOG and all that? So let's start with some of those.
Yes, absolutely. So with this old graduate profile, the first thing is to make up your mind strongly, whether to take this journey seriously or not. So it took me some time. It took me almost about 6 months to decide that, yes, I want to do this and I will do this, because you have to give it 100%. And then I decided that, so there were several things in front of me: USMLE steps, US clinical experience, obtaining US letters of recommendations, research, probably working on my interviewing skills, because that's not a strong aspect taught in Indian setting, networking, and all these things. So I decided that first I need to get in US. Somehow I spoke to a lot of people and I decided that I need to get into the US and a lot of things will get easy. So I worked on obtaining a research position. Okay. This was a challenge. I'll talk about it a little later, but yes, obtaining a research position. I got that. Once I got the research position, I thought, okay, I'm definitely going into the US. So let me go stepwise. So I picked up the most easiest part, the occupational English test, and I thought I should get it out of the way. So while I'm transitioning and doing all the paperwork and stuff like that, while I'm traveling things, so I did my OET. I reached US. I kind of took some time to settle down, like about 6 months, uh, to learn what work I have to do here, to understand the culture, the humor, and all these aspects, because all of this help in your journey, like to approach people, build contacts, and interviewing skills, things like that. Then, yes, of course, the more serious part, the steps I started. Step one, step two, ECFMG certification, application, and yeah. So this was the overall, in brief, about my journey.
Yeah. So again, so you got a research position, which is a good thing. Now, along with the research position, how did you balance or were not able to balance the USCE?
Right. So I have been working full time in this research position, like 8 hours a day. So I remember speaking to Pawan when I actually, 2022 April, when I cleared my step one. Pawan told me you have to focus on four things. A very good step two score, USC, obtain as much as you can until the time of the application, and even after that, strong LORs, and obviously step three. So USC was a little challenging. So I approached some contacts, some Indian faculty here, through some people whom I know or some indirect contacts, and two people let me observe with them, shadow them, one at the university where I am working in, and one at a community center. So I had to take off my work time. I had to request this person who is a hospitalist, so who also works on weekends, so shadow him on the weekends, during the evening rounds. So overall, it was like I had to work extra, like 200% apart from my routine work. I had to put in an extra effort to obtain this USC, and I obtained two strong LORs, perhaps probably, and which were very important for my journey, I believe.
Okay, so thank you. So USC research out of the way, and did you take step three?
Yes, I took I took step three in October, just after my application. So so that I think definitely has helped, like everyone say, in the match process. I did take it.
Okay, so now let's talk about the other challenge, relatively less number of interviews. So how did you plan after your application was submitted? So tell us about that.
Yeah. Um, I I I reached out to the program after I submitted my application. I knew that yes, maybe there will be several filters which will filter me out, but there was constant suggestion from Sarthi team that you have to keep reaching out to all these programs much in early. But somehow I was working full time. I was preparing for steps. I did not dedicate my time to reach out to the programs prior to application, but definitely after the application, I did reach out to several programs. I almost contacted all of my friends or some other people in the US who had some indirect contacts to people, and this the networking part. So just to give you an idea, I had at least 12 to 13 strong contacts in different programs, uh, who said that we will directly put in a word to the program director, and they even had a response from the PD saying yes, we'll definitely look into his profile. But in spite of all of this effort, I got 3 interviews, which I would say like 10% of my effort. So that was challenge, but I was confident that once I interview, I will be able to convince them that yes, I am the guy for them. So yeah, even though I had just 3 interviews, I was not uh, baffled by it. I said, okay, this is what I have got. I have to do it. So that was about it.
So tell us how you used Sarthi resources during the season.
Yep. So there were 4 important resources for my case. Like there are several others for which will suit everyone for my profile. So first, I would like to mention about the Telegram group Sarthi have enrolled me into. So it's very resourceful in the way that at every step there is some guidance, a discussion going on. Several people have different doubts. So although I was not a very actively questioning person, but every question, every answer there helped me. throughout the journey, and it made me feel that I was not alone. I mean, there are so many people with me in this journey with different things, aspects going on. Next, yes, the second important thing, like I had a couple of meetings with you, and both of them were very focused to my journey. Like, so the first meeting I had with you, you gave me a timeline, and I said, okay, I said to myself, yes, let me work on this. The second meeting, perhaps I should mention about that. So was before my last two important interviews. Like you gave me a good push, like what the programs are looking at. They want to know that you are trainable. So I remember your words, and I was like, yes, I'll make sure I'll show them this in my interviews. The third important thing was the CV and the personal statement editing. This was very resourceful as well for me. Kind of, I was relieved. Okay, I will do my part. And I mean, we are not born English speaking people. So we have learned English, but they have experts to do this. And I had received feedback from my PI, from my mentor at my research position, that yeah, your CPS and CV look very good. So that was one aspect. And last, but probably perhaps very important, was the mock interviews. So I had one mock interview just before my first interview, and somehow my level of confidence changed after that. I took my mock interview, and I was feeling that, yes, I can take on any interview now after I worked on the feedback that I had. So these four aspects of Sarthi definitely helped my journey.
Thank you. So as we wrap up, what will be your tips for other applicants, given that there are 5 to 6 months left? So any top tips?
Yeah. So first would be to make a concrete plan. So this journey doesn't work out with a plan, and have some backup for that plan as well, because things may change, things may go wrong. If it works for you, I would always suggest that try to obtain a research position or a USCE and come to the US. Look how things are here. It definitely helps you with building up contacts. While you are interacting with people in US, you know how things work here, the teamwork and things like that. Definitely takes you a long way in your interviews. Believe in yourself. This is a tough journey. You keep losing your motive, your inspiration. So this is not not a journey where only your knowledge counts. There are several skills that are considered. So believe in yourself, and in the end, I would say enjoy the process. Don't get too stressed over it, because I thoroughly enjoyed this, even though a lot of people said that, oh, come on, you're going to just take a step backwards. I never felt that. I was thinking I am taking step forwards, because reading for the steps was really enjoyable for me. So these are some of my tips if they're useful.
Well, thank you very much, Chanakya. Much appreciate your tips, and good luck in your residency.
Thank you, Pawan. Thank you so much.